Hello students, today in this video we'll understand a very important topic once again from module 1, which is ion selective electrode, definition, principle and construction of glass electrode. Okay students, so here ion selective electrode, also called as membrane electrode, is once again a type of electrode. In the previous video we have learnt a Calomel electrode, which was a reference electrode. So there are variety of electrodes based on their construction. So reference electrode was one of them, and here and the example for reference electrode was Calomel electrode. Now here in this video we'll understand what is ion selective electrode, and example for ion selective electrode is glass electrode. Okay. Now here this ion selective electrode or membrane electrode, these are fundamentally different from metal electrodes, both in design as well as in the principle. Okay, so all the ion selective electrodes make use of a kind of membrane which has selectivity for a certain specific ions. Okay, now when you are understand the construction part of glass electrode, you'll understand it more clearly, that there will be a sensitive part in the electrode which is made up of special type of membrane, hence the name given it, hence it is also called as membrane electrode. Okay, now here this glass electrode particularly, example it is that membrane is made up of glass. Okay, now that glass can sense H plus ions only. So for example, if in a solution there are variety of ions, say for example H plus ions, Na plus ions, Cl minus ions, OH minus ions, out of all those ions, so this glass electrode is capable of sensing only H plus ion. Okay, so before that we'll just understand the ion selective electrode definition. Okay, now what it says, the electrodes that are able to respond to certain specific ions in the solution only, thereby developing a potential with respect to that ions and ignoring all other ions in the solution, are called ion selective electrode. Okay, as the name itself indicates, ion selective electrode, that these electrodes are capable of selecting only specific type of ions from the solution, and whatever potential developed across this type of electrode is the function of only that type of ion. For example, if it is the glass electrode, now whatever potential develops across glass electrode is the function of H plus ions. Okay, so next, okay, very important, principle of glass electrode. We must understand the principle behind the glass electrode, how exactly it works. Okay, now what was the principle behind Calomel electrode or any other electrode? When we are dipping that electrode in any electrolyte, then whatever ions are present in that electrolyte, they will contribute towards the potential. There will be development of potential across the electrode, and whatever potential developed is measured. So here how exactly this glass electrode works, we'll understand. Okay, so first I'll read out it, the principle. The potential developed across the membrane is a function of the concentration of the analyte and reference solution. When the concentration of the reference solution is kept constant, the potential developed at the membrane is the linear function of concentration of analyte solution. Okay students, so here this may sound bit difficult, but it is not. Okay, for that we'll first see the diagram. Okay, so now when you understand the construction, the picture will be cleared, but for now, so imagine this is the sensitive part, what I was telling you. There will be a sensitive part, this bulb, as you can see, this is the sensitive part of the electrode. Okay, now inside this bulb there will be solution, and this electrode is once again dipped in analyte. In the beaker, here there is analyte solution. Okay, now what is analyte solution? Analyte solution is any solution whose potential must be known. Okay, so that is called as analyte solution. Okay, now here analyte solution word came. I hope it is clear now. Then what is reference solution? Okay, when we'll understand the construction it will be more clear. Inside this bulb there will be a solution whose potential will be fixed. Okay, so now that solution is called as reference solution. Okay, as you can see here, notations, there will be a glass bulb. This is internal solution or reference solution whose concentration is taken as C1, and there will be external solution in this beaker whose concentration is taken as C2. Now because there will be difference in concentration of internal solution and external solution, there will be development of potential across the membrane. Okay, now because it is membrane, the things are bit different, so there will be two types of potential developed. So as you can see in this diagram, E1 and E2, so which combinedly it will give the potential of the electrode. Okay, so let's just not talk about it right now. Okay, so now internal solution C1 concentration, external solution which is analyte whose concentration is C2. Okay, now just I'll read out the first line of the principle. The potential developed across the membrane is the function of concentration of analyte as well as the reference solution. Now whatever potential developed, it is because of both the solution, analyte as well as the reference solution. Okay, now when out of these two concentration, one concentration is kept constant, which concentration we can keep constant? No doubt reference solutions. When this concentration of reference solution is kept constant, then whatever potential developed, it will be because of the analyte only. So this is the main principle behind glass electrode. So two solutions are taken, but one's concentration will be fixed. Hence, whatever reading I am getting, it will be because of the analyte solution. That way, whatever concentration that analyte bears will be displayed, or whatever potential is developed because of that analyte solution, we can know. Okay, this is the principle behind glass electrode. Now, in the examination, how they are framing the question, define a principle or explain principle of glass electrode, then explain construction of glass electrode. Okay, students, this was principle of glass electrode. So next we'll move on to glass electrode construction. First we'll look at the diagram, similar diagram as that of your calomel electrode, but things are very different here. Okay, so as you can see here in the previous concept itself, we understood there will be a sensitive part. Okay, as you can see here, this bulb is nothing but the glass sensitive bulb, the ion sensitive glass bulb. So as you can see here, this glass electrode is nothing but made up of a glass tube. At the bottom it is having a sensitive bulb. Okay, externally. Okay, then inside there will be, once again you can see one more glass tube, and inside that glass tube once again one black this rod like thing you can see, that is nothing but Ag bar AgCl electrode. So now here there will be inside one more electrode in the glass electrode, which is called as internal reference electrode. Now one reference electrode we already understood, which is calomel electrode. So one more example for reference electrode is silver chloride electrode. Here there will be a silver wire on which coating of silver chloride is given, and that electrode is dipped in this bulb which is filled with HCl solution, which is our reference solution, and this bulb is nothing but our glass membrane. So glass electrode, it is a tube, glass tube. At the bottom it is having a sensitive bulb, and inside it is fused with AgCl electrode, which is dipped in HCl solution, and the bulb is filled with HCl solution. Okay, so and this remaining part is empty here, students. So many of the students, they get confused while drawing. They do this dotted line till the top. Don't do that. And while writing the construction, even they write the remaining spaces filled with KOH, so it is wrong. So don't confuse it with calomel electrode. Okay, so this is the diagram. Then This is the representation of the glass electrode. Ag bar AgCl solid bar 0.1 m HCl bar glass membrane. Here the whatever ion exchange reaction takes place here. Okay, so that reaction takes place through the glass membrane. So glass membrane is also one of the part of the cell. Okay, half cell. Okay, then here reaction, you can see H plus, because it is glass electrode, it is sensitive to H plus ion. So H plus ion in the analyte solution when comes in contact with glass membrane, here glass membrane is represented as Na plus Gi minus, then it is a reversible reaction. Then in place of Na plus now H plus comes. So ion exchange reaction takes place here. H plus ions are replaced with Na plus ions. So what is remaining? H plus Gi, and it is temporary. As soon as we lift the electrode up from the analyte, so once again H plus Gi is converting into Na plus Gi. It is once indeed a ion exchange reaction. Okay student, so next we'll understand the construction points, whatever I told now. Okay, very important. Now so far we I've been explaining that it contains a sensitive bulb. So now that bulb is made up of special type of glass. As we all know students that glass is a super cooled liquid. Okay, it is an amorphous solid. It is a false solid. Okay. Okay, so now see, main component of any glass is silicon dioxide. Okay, SiO2. Then along with silicon dioxide, some other elements or ingredients are added to glass in order to improve its property. Okay, so here also, as you can see, this whatever that bulb membrane is made up of, its composition is given. It is made up of 72% SiO2, along with it is containing 22% Na2O, sodium oxide, and 6% calcium oxide. So it improvises its property, and we are getting a low melting point and high electrical conductive glass. So first point what you need to tell, definitely of course you have to tell that glass electrode is an ion selective electrode. It is made up of special type of glass, and you need to mention this. Okay, it consists of a glass membrane made up of special type of glass which contains 22% Na2O, 6% CaO and 72% SiO2 of low melting point and high electrical conductance. The glass bulb is filled with a solution of constant pH 0.1 m HCl. Okay, and you can also say that glass electrode is made up of a glass. It consists of a glass tube which contains a glass bulb at the bottom, and that bulb is filled with solution of constant pH 0.1 m HCl. Okay, next point. AgCl electrode is inserted, which serves as internal reference electrode and also as external electric contact. Then the electrode representation can be given as Ag solid bar AgCl solid bar 0.1 m HCl bar glass membrane. Then the electrode reaction is H plus plus Na plus Gi minus gives reversibly Na plus plus H plus Gi. Here H plus will be in the analyte and Na plus Gi is the membrane sensitive part. So ion exchange reaction takes place, and in place of Na plus now H plus comes, and counting of H plus ions continues. And in this manner we will know what is the percentage of or H plus ion present in the solution. So this was principle and construction of glass electrode. So now what are the advantages of this glass electrode? It can be used in oxidizing and reducing environment. Okay, the solution could be oxidizing in nature or reducing in nature, no effect to the electrode. So that was our first point. Then accurate results are obtained between pH range from 1 to 9. And very important use of glass electrode is to determine the pH of the unknown solution. Suppose in a beaker you are taking a HCl solution, you don't know its concentration. You can if you want to know the concentration of that solution by using an electrode, then that electrode is nothing but glass electrode. You must use glass electrode and of course you need to have a pH meter for that. So this experiment once again is there for first year students. Okay, so now that electrode counts the H plus ion and ultimately tells what is the pH of the solution. Okay students, so then what are the limitations of this electrode? Okay, very important. Just now I told ordinary potentiometer cannot be used for this because it directly doesn't give the EMF, so I can't use potentiometer. So special meter we must use, that is a pH meter. It can be used up to pH 13 but becomes sensitive to Na plus ions above pH 9, resulting alkaline error. So what we mean by this? Okay, so till 9 pH it's okay, so whatever H plus ions are there it senses that, but above that pH it starts sensing Na plus ions too. So it is a major drawback of this electrode, but mostly used in the determination of pH. Okay, students, this was the glass electrode principle and construction. Thank you.